All right, so I'm going to change it up a little bit. We've got our cardio equipment. We've got access to our elliptical or treadmill. And what we can do are these following exercises in succession. And I'm just going to go straight from one to another. And you can either put this in between your cardio sets like we've been doing, or if you want to include this as a separate workout throughout the day. For example, if you're just waking up, I find that these exercises are perfect to get going for the day. So, we're increasing our metabolism, increasing the amount of blood flow in all of our muscles, and we want to start with the flat band manipulation. So we're just basically going to get blood flowing, neuromuscular activation in the shoulders, and then do a transverse pull or scapular retraction. So we're going to be pulling the flat band to the rear, and we work the muscles responsible for the shoulder blade retraction. All right, and then we can stretch the shoulder. I like to manipulate the band in different directions. I'll twist the torso to the left and to the right. It's an odd stance, but we live odd lives nowadays. All right, and then we can do a little bit of internal rotation with the shoulder. All right, and then we switch it up. Same thing. We can basically manipulate the shoulder in different directions. We're just waking it up, that's all. We're not going to be doing shoulder rotations, internal or external today. But, if you have the band anchored and you want to do a set, you can throw a set in there. You can do whatever you want. The shoulder is the least stable joint in the body, and we always want to make sure that it's strengthened. We want to reduce our risk of injury. All right, so we just finished that. Let's get rid of the fanny pack here, and then we can continue. And we're just going to do the pelvic tilt, forward and backwards. Let's get back to basics. Forward and rear tilt. And we do the hula hoop, do a couple of rotations, one direction and then the other. Right, and then we can go into the internal external rotation of the shoulder as we change the position up, change the angle of the arm, just to warm it up. And then we can bring our arms together. Right, stop the momentum, rotate, change direction. So we want to stop our momentum before our arms touch, and just to simulate throwing a punch for old time's sake. When we do these types of exercises, we worry about balance, about the hip rotations, balance and core strength. Loosen the shoulders up, loosen the hips up. Now, I'm using a pack, and the pack's got roughly 20 pounds. That's heavy. I highly recommend maybe a 5-pound medicine ball or dumbbell, or a light pack, but just an object or no object. All right, and we're going to do 20 twists from a lunge pose. So I'm just going to start out with either the left or right leg, and I'm going to do a lunge pose. So I'll do 20 twists, and then I'll raise it above the head as if I'm twisting around a pole. All right. All right, we'll do 20 above the head. And we're just shifting body weight, all right? And we've got a very narrow base, which is going to make it more difficult for your body to maintain its balance. So this is going to be an isometric workout where we are isometrically contracting muscles. They're not moving, we're posing for an extended period of time. So we've switched legs. We just did 20 twists below the head. Now we do 20 above. We should feel the burn with these, but we'll move straight from these into the next exercise. All right, so we want to start out with 5 bicep curls, right? So we'll do 5. And then we'll go straight into the squat and iso bicep curl. So we keep those biceps curled, and then we do our 20 squats, right? We want to make sure we keep our back straight, our body weight over our heels, right? We don't want to have our weight over our toes. We want to make sure that we're basically squatting up from the heel position. Your hamstrings parallel to the ground, all the way down, all the way up. And then we can do 5 more bicep curls. We're going to do 2 to 3 sets of these. It depends on how you feel. If you want to do an extra set, we definitely want to make sure that once we finish these exercises, we come back and do another set. But at that point, you should probably feel a little fatigued in your biceps, which is a good thing. All right, we're trying to stabilize that arm, the shoulder especially. All right, so we're going to go ahead and anchor the band at ground level, and we're just going to do a diagonal pull. Normally we anchor this below our feet, but I wanted to do a single anchor here so you can see the resistance band is essentially longer, and the tension is much more smooth, and I feel like I could get a better range of motion, be more in control of the movement, right? And so I'm twisting. You notice that I'm kind of taking my face with my chest, or I should anyway. I get too camera happy, I think. But in any case, we're going to incorporate a twist with this, and you can even, just for future reference, you can do an internal or external shoulder rotation, and you're just doing it at a different angle. So as we switch direction here, I'm going to incorporate a twist with this. All right, so we're doing like a hip, bit of a hip flexion, and my backside, like where the piriformis muscle is, there's a little bit of a muscle firing. So we are getting like a rear gluteus type of exercise here to go with the rear deltoids, which is the shoulder. All right, so we can quickly take the anchor off and move it above and do kind of a wraparound anchor like so. So we've got both handles, one on each end, and we're just going to start and make sure we have enough tension, and we're just going to do a standing row. All right, we're just going to be pulling the resistance bands directly to the rear. All right, we're working the rhomboids again for the scapular retraction, also the rear deltoids, the trapezius muscles, the latissimus dorsi. So this is working your back extenders. All right, we're trying to maintain our posture. Now what we're going to do is simulate our hands on a steering wheel, and we are doing a blind spot twist. All right, so we want to emphasize twisting and looking to your blind spot as if you're changing lanes in your car. All right, so we tend to lose range of motion in our necks. We want to incorporate some neck movement along with some tension during a twist. So you can widen your hands even to like better simulate the dimensions of a steering wheel, and that actually increases the amount of tension on the twist. All right, I'm just going to twist and look, and that's it. And then depending on where you would like to do your cardio at the beginning or at the end, if you haven't done it, you can do your 20 to 30 minutes of cardio, and we want to incorporate different techniques to do that. However you do it, we want to increase your heart rate for an extended period of time. Great workout.